Good morning, this is Vicki.
And this is Jo.
And we're the two natural ladies.
And we talk about the good news we all need and ways of getting the most out of life.
We help people with practical, uplifting ways we can all make a difference.
And we're striving for better, not perfect.
And we love a good laugh. Please enjoy the show.
There you go. So what are we going to talk about now, Jo?
Well, I'm not sure because I sort of want to keep talking about what we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So do we want to talk about bravery and courage bravery and courage through adversity, or do we want to go back to what we were talking about? What would you like to do, Vicki?
I like bravery and courage.
Bravery and courage,
yeah.
Okay. So this actually came out of listening to one of our radio shows over the holidays to put them into our podcasts. And first of all, this wonderful quote, "Encountering adversity ultimately deepens us and gives us access to inner strength." That, oh my gosh, is that so true? And one of the things that we discuss this all the time. We discuss struggles that we face, and anxiety, depression, fear, isolation for all of us. And how do we work through this? How do we break through it? It can be a really big one. And I know for me, when I was at my darkest, just to find one thing, it turned out to be us. Was the one thing for me. But also, even that quote, amazing quote, at the time I don't know if it would have hit me. And what do you do with people when they're in that state? And I think one of the big things that I would say, if you know anybody that's in a really dark place, be there, but don't try and tell them what to do and what to listen to or any of that. Just be there and even do something else other than talk about it. It can make a big difference. And, when we had Deborah Pascoe on, and she was in the same sort of place, and for her, the one thing was coffee.
Yes. Yeah, the one thing that made her feel good in her day, that's the only thing she could think of. It's really interesting, isn't it, when our heads are there, we know there's so many things we enjoy in life, and yet in that moment, we can't think of anything. No, and I mean, this too shall pass has always been something that I've talked about. But and the thing is that part of me, my head was going, this too shall pass, but the other part of me was going, no, it's not going to pass ever. But then there's this great quote that you shared with us, which is, marriage is hard, divorce is hard, life can be hard, so choose your hard. And though we are alone, we are all in this together, so that's the thing. And again, looking at last year, the resilience of people through huge adversities, and listening to this gentleman who was talking about Bali and what they're doing. And I think human beings must have just that spark in them that we're going to get through it no matter what. Yes, and we rise to occasions.
Yes.
And we rise to inspiration in a cause, and back to me clearing out the garage. I wasn't going to do that just for the sake of it, but because I had a reason, because my husband needed more space to do his woodwork, that was enough. That was a project. That was, give me some inspiration and I'll do it.
And I think, again, what Jeff was talking about, to put things in your diary.
Yes.
And I think that was the thing for me, was I had in my diary, off I go to Vicky's. Now, sometimes I didn't, but a lot of the time I did. And just that one thing, getting me out of bed and doing, can make a huge difference.
If you think about, as Jeff was talking, I'm like, because we have a smorgasbord of 100 things we could possibly be doing. So the only way for us to prioritise and focus is to, diarise, either really physically do it or virtually, like I did. I didn't diarise clearing the garage, but I brought that to the surface as a priority, within the next few days.
The thing I would love people listening this morning to see, particularly if you are struggling, is to just, as we said, find one thing and to know it will pass, even if you can't hear that, and just to find something in the day that you can diarise at some point in time, whether that's coffee or going to visit somebody or going for a walk or whatever. Just diarise something to get get the process started, because it really is. I mean, I look at how I was 5-6 years ago, and I'd gone, well, before that, I was extremely active and up at 6 o'clock in the morning and walking, and my
Couldn't
days
keep up with you. Yes,
exactly. And I went from that to virtually nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I did keep certain things going, but basically nothing. And now I look at last year, and for us, last year was a huge year of activity. So things do shift and change. I guess that's one constant.
Yes.
Things will change.
Yes.
You've been listening to the Two Natural Ladies podcast. Visit twonaturalladies.com.au for more information. Thanks for joining us.